the daily morning show where we talk about the latest topics in entertainment. I'm Brittany Jones Cooper.
I'm Shannon Coffey.
I'm Jameer Pond.
And I'm Lucas Tim. Hi, everyone.
Hey!
Yeah.
Today, we're gonna talk about Parks and Rec star Rashida Jones and the big secret she's kept hidden for months, Heidi Klum's Halloween costume sneak peek, and the fire obsession for Flamin Hot Cheetos. Plus, TV personality and author Michelle Visage joins the table to talk all things DragCon. But first, how are we doing today?
I'm good.
Welcome to the table, Jameer.
You had a
Thank you.
adventurous morning.
Ooh, adventurous is, say the least.
Yeah.
Yeah. My lift on the way here hit a cab.
Ooh.
And of course, being a millennial, I was looking down at my phone. I didn't see anything, guys.
You're a terrible witness.
Terrible witness.
Yeah.
Didn't know anything, but yeah, the police had to come and hold me down until I...
So as if the wars between taxis and Lyft drivers wasn't bad enough, you've now...
They're actually colliding
Actually
now.
colliding
It's
now.
literally like the East Coast, West Coast beef out there.
But the takeaway is you were wearing your seatbelt.
Hello, safety first.
Safety
Seat
first.
belts.
first.
Wear
So,
'em.
even if you're in a Lift or taxi,
Just strap up.
Lock it up.
Get
Yeah.
the strap. The strap up.
Strap up.
it's a different
up.
strap.
Different strap.
It's a different strap.
Seatbelt.
Yeah. Even if it doesn't feel as good, wear it for the ride.
There we go.
It saves your life.
Yes.
We all agree on that. Safety first here.
Yeah.
Dancing with the Stars Juniors is coming to ABC this fall. The celeb-filled cast features reality star Honey Boo Boo, Bristol Palin's son Trip Palin, and Blackish actor Miles Brown. Woo! The show will also feature a panel of star-studded hosts and judges, including Olympian Adam Rippon and choreographer Mandy Moore.
Not to be mistaken with Mandy Moore from This Is Us.
I really thought it was.
She's busy with This Is Us and crying and...
Why doesn't she just change her name? I mean, nobody's gonna be like, Mandy Moore, the choreographer.
Yeah.
She matters too.
Yeah.
No, she doesn't matter. Change your name.
At least put a middle initial in there.
Isn't that a thing in
Something.
Hollywood, though? They always, because of, like, the unions, they
Yeah.
always make
Yeah.
you change your name. So, I don't know, it just must be a different
Emma
union.
Stone changed her name.
Yes.
Do you think Millie Bobby Brown changed her name? Because regular Bobby Brown was
Very
Bobby
different.
Brown. Yeah, very different.
She was just Bobby Brown.
She was just Bobby-
We gotta fix this.
We gotta fix this.
We're
She
gonna
does
be
have her own
confused.
prerogative, though, you know?
No,
Yeah.
She marches to her own drum, so...
Yeah. Anyway, I don't watch Dancing with the Stars, but I think it is fascinating Dancing with the Stars Junior, especially with Honey Boo Boo. I don't know if she's sponsored by Sketty. If you all know,
hope so.
Sketty was the great, healthy, fast dining food concept her and Amon came up with. I think it's ketchup and spaghetti, and you just mix it in.
Oh.
Hence,
Yum.
Sketty. And of course, Trip Palin, who's following in the political dynasty of his grandmother and mother, and just becoming a reality TV star. So
I can't believe he's so big.
I know.
think about it.
I don't know. Some people's children are aging way faster than others. Like some of my friends had babies years ago, and they're still this size.
Right.
And then Trip Palin is like a grown-ass little
Adult.
man.
Think about like 8-10 years ago, he was in Bristol. With a little embryo. And
Did you say in Bristol?
In
Bristol?
embryo, and they were like, they're gonna get married and they're in love, and Sarah was potentially gonna be our vice president. Simpler times back then.
I just want to know
Really.
what the end game is for Dancing with the Stars kids. It just, look, I have watched the adults on and off over the years. I just like don't know why anybody would let their kids do this show. Like, what is the point?
You know, I've never seen the show, and for some weird reason, it was on the other night, and I watched them introduce the junior cast, and I was just like, I was very high. I had taken a lot of edibles, and I was like, oh my God, the dancers are tiny now. And I remember thinking that they were like better and more precise because they're tiny bodies.
they're little.
Like,
Yeah.
and they're
Precision.
healthier, you know? And whoever the old guy host was like, he was like, isn't it annoying how young and talented they are? And he was literally like decaying, like a coffin was growing around him. And I was like, oh my God, the age difference is disturbing.
That's Tom Bergeron with his gray hair.
He's
and
old.
Yeah, he's pretty old.
But you know what? I had this thought where I was like, Honey Boo Boo is only 13,
Right.
and we've known her since she was 6. And I was like, this is like, she has so much life to live.
Yeah.
No.
And in my high little mind, I was like, Honey Boo Boo could win an Oscar someday.
Oh,
like,
very true.
anything
Very
can
possible.
happen.
That's a jump.
Anything can happen, as we've learned, okay? We're living in a burning hell.
Yeah.
It's
Just
possible.
a daily reminder from me, as I always remind everybody that we're living in a hell.
It's a constant. It's like
Yeah.
a
It keeps it level.
reinforcement. The reinforcement I need every day. But yeah, no, it's like these kids are really talented, and all these kid competition shows are like, yes, these kids are great, but I also just like think about all the hard work they've done and what they've given up. They're kind of dead in the
what I
eyes
mean.
a little
I
bit.
just
Like
don't
you
know
look
what
at
the
them and you
game is.
see
Yeah.
you just see their parents potentially just being like, you're not gonna eat tonight unless you fucking win this competition. Like, no, I watched Dance Moms. I watched.
Wow.
I know what moms can be like, okay? I watched, so I'm just imagining these kids.
They are very well trained. Like there was Ariana Greenblatt. I've never seen her before, but she's in Avengers, and she was like talking to camera and like promoting like 10 different projects. She has more projects in her tiny life than I've ever had, and I'm like 68.
Yeah.
And like, sure.
You look good.
You look
Thank
so
you.
good.
You look so
You're
good.
68.
Moisturize. Wear seatbelts, moisturize.
Yeah, tape it back.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Behind here is just a bunch of like ripples of flesh
Scotch
that I'm
tape.
pulling.
Holes and
Yeah.
liver spots,
Yeah, it's bad.
I will say I am excited to see Miles Brown, who's a little boy on Blackish.
Yeah.
He actually is a really good dancer. His
He's an
Instagram is
amazing
called Baby Boogaloo, and he does like Michael Jackson. I know, it's so cute. He does Michael Jackson impersonations, and he's a really good dancer.
He's gonna win.
Yeah.
Not because he's black, okay? Which is only 43%
Yeah.
why he will win, but he is a very good dancer.
And that is the scientific.
Scientific, yeah. 44.
It's about 43%.
It's about 43, 44, depending on where you are in the world.
Right.
Yeah.
But he's a terrific dancer, and I expect the victory from him. He dances all the time.
He's so good.
He's so good.
And also the little girl, Sky Brown, who's that really good skateboarder. I feel like she's super coordinated, and she's just so cool that I think it's gonna be them too.
Well, that's a trick with these shows, even with the adult versions, the people who are either professional athletes or very good dancers in their own right win the show because they're very good. Sorry to Honey Boo Boo, love you, think you're an icon at 13, but you have no shot.
She's my surprise.
Okay.
Yeah, you just
No, I love her. I support Honey
surprise.
Boo Boo, but she's not gonna win this dancing competition.
She might. We don't know.
She could
don't
be
know.
president one day. She's more than a chance of being not to win this competition. President Honey Boo Boo, 100%.
Honey Boo Boo's got swag.
Award-winning president.
When she said everybody's a little bit gay, that just got the entire gay or lobby, everyone's for that.
Yeah.
She could be a liberal running from the South. Let me tell you, she could win the presidency.
That's what I'm saying.
Skinny
She could probably get
legend.
But it's funny, when you were a kid, did you want to be on shows? Like, I remember I wanted to be in like Legends of the Hidden Temple and like Double Dare. I wanted to be on like fun competition shows. I don't know if like the dancing would be as much fun as it's like climbing up like a foam mountain.
Well, I took a ballroom dance as my mom made me take
you
it
did.
once a week. And all I remember was in the Fox shot, you're like, dun, dun,
There you
dun,
go.
like
Get
that.
that
That's all-
waltz going.
That's all I
Do a
remember.
little sweat, it's a little tight.
That's
though.
all I remember.
I can't believe you came for Honey Boo Boo and then you did that. Like, just
I
so
never
you know.
said I was a ballroom dancer. And I like Honey Boo Boo. I'm just saying, winning this competition, I don't think I could win this competition.
I don't know, you're kind of a good dancer.
I'm a good, not a ballroom dancer though.
I would actually like to see you two in a good dance off, because I've seen you dancing on your Instagram.
Okay, I'll be honest. I'm pretty good.
You're pretty good, and he is
Dance off right
shockingly
now.
good.
I'm shockingly good. It's like, oh, the white boy can gotta dance. What? No, I don't know. I was glad we
gonna
could
be-
dance off one day.
Okay, all right, we'll dance off.
That's the
one
Build
day.
Brunch after the show. Check out our Instagrams. We're gonna have a little dance party, I think.
Okay.
All right.
Okay,
Fun.
sure.
All right, well, I can't wait. Make sure to follow him on Instagram. And in other news, mom's the word for Rashida Jones and, well, her new baby boy. The Andrew Tribeca actress secretly welcomed her first child almost a month ago with Vampire Weekend's Ezra Koenig. The lovebirds have been quiet about their relationship, but looks like they even managed to keep their recent baby under wraps as well. Wow. Isn't that hilarious?
Yeah.
I literally corrected other people being like, Ezra Koenig, guys, don't say Koenig.
I'm laughing so
And then
hard.
I as soon as the camera's on me, I'm like, Koenig. I know his name better than my own name. I love Ezra
She's a
Koenig.
legit fan of you,
Yeah.
and like corrected us in the
like-
meeting, which is why I'm laughing so hard.
It's so ridiculous. I'll always do it. I'm so happy that they had this baby, but really, Ezra, where is the new Vampire Weekend album? That's what I wanted you to give birth to, hon.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
Priorities.
I'm a legitimate fan of Rashida. I follow her Instagram. I like her Instagrams. I feel duped. Like, I was
never knew.
legitimately shocked this morning when I read this. And I don't know why I care so much. I think I really care about her, like, as a person and, like,
Yeah.
her journey growing up in Hollywood with Quincy Jones as her dad and, like, the obstacles she's had to overcome. I don't know why I care so much about Rashida, but I felt like she should have let me know.
Okay.
She should have let everybody. Like,
Yeah.
I also feel duped. Like,
Right?
don't do that. Don't try to have a healthy relationship where you don't bring your baby into this crazy, crazy world.
Yeah.
Like, tell us.
Right.
I want to know.
I do
Secret
too.
babies, I don't trust them.
I hate it.
Come into this world secretly. What else is gonna be
Yeah, what
secret?
else is secret, huh?
Yeah,
You
Rashida?
walking?
No, I mean, yeah, exactly. I don't trust this baby. No, I mean, she's Rashida Jones. She's Ann Perkins on Parks and Rec. Beautiful,
love.
talented butterfly Ann Perkins.
Beautiful unicorn.
Unicorn Ann Perkins. So she's awesome. Yeah, I'm really happy for her, but also secret baby. What the fuck? Come on.
I know, but we see this more and more. I think celebrities are choosing, like you said, to have healthy relationships.
Yeah, who wants that?
And keep
2018.
things private. Because I remember when like Sandra Bullock adopted her babies, that was, all of a sudden she has a People cover with like 3 kids, and you're like, whoa, when did that happen? Yeah, but I guess it's probably like it gives them time to process it.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there's a weird connection here because we all know Beyonce's super secretive, and Ezra wrote the hook and the melody for Hold Up. Oh. Like, he made that song. So, like, you know what? We think, oh, Rashida, maybe she's the shady one. I think Beyonce taught Ezra how to be shady.
Yeah. I don't know if the Beehive's
Beehive,
gonna like you just
yeah.
credit that song to Ezra.
Beyonce is the best at being secretive and shady, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
She really is.
But she's the queen.
She's the queen.
When you're not the queen, you have to tell everybody what's going on with your body.
There's certain
Well, maybe Ezra's like the quirky jester, you know? He's like, I'm like a little jokester, but I'll keep secrets too. Ooh. And you're like, go play tennis. Sorry, he loves tennis.
What I find fascinating is that Quincy Jones, maybe it was like a year ago already, he did a couple of interviews that were he was exposing all of his secrets of Hollywood, working with all of these famous musicians, just letting all the tea go. And he cannot keep a secret. He even said, like, my daughters say I can't keep a secret. So I'm just proud of Quincy Jones for keeping this secret for 9 months.
He just found out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. He's watching Build Brunch and he's like, fuck.
We know Quincy Jones watches this show, 1.
He does.
And 2,
Definitely.
he definitely is like, fuck, I'm a grandpa? Like, I wasn't ready for this.
I'm 85.
He's like 80. Yeah, he's been a grandpa.
He has been a grandpa.
But from Rashida.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
I want them to name the baby after Tupac, who dated
Kadada.
So maybe like it'll come. If they name the baby Tupac, I'll forgive.
Yeah.
Or like Shakur.
Or Shakur.
Like a middle name Shakur, maybe. I'll take that.
Pac.
Oh, definitely that.
Shakur Jones.
Yeah, I like that.
Kanan.
Yeah, I'm into it. Yeah, let's tweet at them, make sure they name their baby exactly what we say.
Exactly.
Since they owe us.
So we want it Pac, Shakur, Jones, Koenig.
Yeah.
That's the name.
It'd be hard to get a job, but at least you'll make us happy, you know?
I don't think that baby needs a job. Probably not.
That baby
right?
does not need
They'll
a
just
job.
throw it on Dancing with the Stars Junior in 2 months. It'll be like a fetus, like, blah, 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 and be like, look at it move. You're like, God, it has baby abs somehow.
Yeah.
Babies are being born with abs now. Have you noticed that?
No,
it's crazy.
Shannon.
No, they are. I saw a baby with abs the other day. It came out ripped. I'm just telling you.
So where did you see this? Why? How?
On the internet, where all the facts are.
Right.
The best place.
The best.
It's tremendous. So many babies with abs.
So many babies.
So many babies with abs.
Well, speaking of abs, Heidi Klum has amazing abs. And Halloween may be a month away, but that isn't stopping her from already working on her Halloween costume. The American's Got Talent judge took to Instagram to share a photo of a mysterious mask in the making. It's unclear what Heidi will be, but judging off the past, it's going to be really extra and over the top.
Yeah, Heidi. She's been doing this party for 18 years. It's like a legit thing she does. I think it's what she lives for, Heidi, to do this Halloween party, which is kind of cool. And she's really gone out there with the various costumes that she's done. So I have no idea.
Do you remember that Jessica Rabbit costume?
Yes.
That is my all-time favorite.
They made her, I mean, she looked plastic.
She literally changed her body.
There it is.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Eyes, look at her eyelids. It's just so crazy. I would have
look at her eyes.
never
That's what I'm looking
recognized
at.
her.
Her eyes.
We're gonna have to ask Michelle to talk.
Her eyes.
That's what we're looking at.
You know those are just prosthetic.
Those
titties.
aren't
That's
real.
like foam,
I
okay?
know, they're so funny.
I can just buy you a padded bra and you can like drool over that.
If she can touch them, they're real.
Sure, that's nice.
Oh, but she went also Cleopatra.
Yep.
Old woman. Old woman was one. She was just an old
good.
woman. I'm old. Oh, Heidi, you'll never get old.
But she was fully committed to it.
Yeah.
She goes, this is the only reason I miss her and Seal together.
Yeah.
Because he was as geeked about Halloween as she was, and I loved their couple costumes.
Yeah.
But now she has this new beau who she like seems pretty obsessed with, so maybe he'll like play this year with her.
I hope.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Big shoes to fill.
I know.
Totally.
Shout out to my man.
Kiss
Seal.
from a Rose.
Kiss from a rose, man.
So many good songs.
I got it. Are you guys big Halloween people?
I love Halloween. Yeah, I think it's so much fun, obviously. And my dad's super into Halloween. Like, he kind of reminds me of Heidi Klum. I feel like my dad and Heidi Klum would make a great couple. Just pitching it there.
Just throwing it
out there. My dad could be the next Seal. Yeah, my favorite costume I ever wore was I dressed up as Beetlejuice, and it was so much fun. I showed you those pics.
Yeah, they're really, they did like full hair and makeup.
I had my friends who were like a stylist and a makeup artist help me out, and they just decked me out, and I had like green ooze coming out of my face.
I love that.
I looked creepy. Yeah, you would have been so into it.
I probably would have.
Yeah, you'd have been like, want a date? And I'd be like, I'm Beetlejuice.
I'm like, still.
Yeah, let's do this. Yeah.
Like, what's going on?
I'm like, let's crash the lips tonight.
I used to love Halloween. Like, as a kid, I literally was a king or a wizard alternating years. Or then the Pope. Like, that was in there.
Wow.
I was the Pope when I was 8 years old. We've shown that before. Whatever. I wanted to be him, not the point. But I remember I was a sorcerer, and I was so excited to be an evil wizard. My mom got me this, like, big robes, and I put on some, like, headdress, and my mom did my makeup, and I ended up looking like Liberace.
Oh.
Okay.
So I really wasn't.
That works too.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, not the take I was going for, but okay.
A win is a win.
Yeah, a win is a win.
I've always been really into Halloween, and my mom is too, but she has a really odd sense of humor. So we have this picture of me when I was like maybe 9, and I'm with all my little friends, and they're dressed as like cute rabbits and cats and clowns, and she dressed me up as a hobo. So I was wearing like a men's suit, and she put patches on it, and my hair was froed out, and I had a cigar. I was like, I look like Don King or Al Sharpton. And she was just like, oh, you're so cute. And like, I didn't know any better, and I look back now, and I'm like, that's messed up, Rita.
That's a costume on a budget.
That's a costume on a budget,
All right.
But I enjoy her sense of humor in that she was like, you're not gonna be a cute kitten, you're gonna be a vagabond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was, for 1 year, Andy Samberg and Justin Timberlake did My Dick in a Box.
Yeah.
I was that 1 year. I had a suit, and I like looped a Nike box around my belt loop, and I had candy in the box. So nothing was weird about it. It was just candy.
But you were like,
There's a couple red
I
flags.
mean, there's a couple of red flags.
welcoming trick-or-treaters.
No. This is college. I was at a party. Preface, yeah, but.
Just no one do that costume anymore.
Yeah.
No.
It was around the time, so yeah.
You cannot do that anymore in 2018. But in 2009, that killed it.
2009, that was very popular.
I won the costume contest.
I love seeing people with money do costumes. I remember in 2016 when Katy Perry did Hillary Clinton, and it was like incredibly, like it's flattering, but also so disturbing. And it was really scary because she did like all this prosthetic. It didn't quite look like Hillary, but kind of did. And you're like, oh my God, who is that? Who is that woman in a pantsuit that's kind of Hillary? Kind of like, I like it, but I'm afraid also. So that was interesting. That's like,
She won.
She won. That's a celebrity costume. She won the Halloween.
Yeah, she won.
Presidential election. She did not win, unfortunately. But Halloween, she won.
No, Katie won.
Katie won, unfortunately. Okay.
Yeah.
You win and you lose some. You win and you lose some, right?
Yeah.
Still hurts.
Still hurts.
Do you know what you're gonna dress up this year as?
Ooh, I think me and my friend are gonna go as the 2 leads from Bring It On. So I'm gonna be the Gabrielle Union character.
Perfect. Timeless.
Yeah.
Timeless.
And my friend Brooke is gonna be Kirsten Dunst, and we have some cheers down.
Timeless.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Guys. I was thinking maybe Michael Langdon from American Horror Story.
Yeah.
He just has beautiful hair, and I like his makeup, you know?
Yeah.
And he's the Antichrist, so I thought
Which fits you.
appropriate.
There you go.
Spot on.
Yeah.
I want to be one of the people from the cult in Wild Wild Country. You know?
Oh, yes, that's so good.
The Bakwan. I just want to be
Yeah,
worshiping the
Bakwan.
Bakwan.
Yeah.
And I
Wait,
do-
what is this?
He does this
Yeah,
all the time. When the Bakwan walks in, he goes like this.
Can you pull this out in the dance competition later?
Anyone? Sheila?
Yeah, Sheila.
What?
Oh my God,
Tough
Sheila.
I just want to say tough titties all of Halloween. Watch the documentary on Netflix. Has no one watched it?
I have not.
I watched it.
It's
I don't know
so
what you're
good.
Sheila's amazing. I wish she
Sheila's
would
a queen.
poison the shit out of me.
Yeah,
That's a
yes.
spoiler, but she poisons some people, but she's such an icon.
Allegedly,
Seriously.
she may be killing those old people in Switzerland or whatever. I don't know.
Who cares?
Who cares?
I'm not sure if I
Okay,
have
Wild
to. I
Wild
don't know.
Country on Netflix.
Yes,
watch
watch
it.
it.
It is an incredible documentary.
You'll love it.
Yes.
What
Wait,
you-
this
what
is
you gonna-
real life?
Yes, it happened
Yes!
in the 80s. There was a
It's
big
so
cult run by this guru. Oh, it's unbelievable.
Yo, I
And
thought
this-
you were talking about a made-up
Yeah, I
show.
thought
No.
this is like a show.
No,
yeah.
the Bakwan, no.
It's a real, it was a cult,
Yeah.
and they were cool. They were really
In
laid back for
Oregon.
a long time, and then you found out, oh no, I guess classic cult
He had like
twist.
35
Chill.
Rolls Royces. Like he was
Yeah.
rich as can be, and he wore robes. Oh, I would have been right in that cult, leading in the inner circle. Let me tell you.
Okay.
I'm gonna be Eddie Murphy for Halloween. So I don't know how we transition, but I'm gonna be Eddie Murphy from Raw or Delirious.
So red leather.
Or purple, depending on how I feel.
Which one was he in the red leather
That's
suit?
Delirious. Yeah.
Oh, I think you should do that one.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's go for it.
Yeah.
All right.
Woo! That's gonna be red hot. And speaking of red hot, Flamin Hot Cheetos are making news!
Woo!
Rapper Lil Xan was hospitalized after eating one too many. The fiery item seems to be a big trend these days with a pop-up restaurant in Los Angeles that features many gourmet dishes with a spicy snack. Wow. I didn't know.
First question, what is a little Xan?
Yeah, good question.
That's not a snack. It's
No.
a man. It's kind of a man. It's a growing man.
That doesn't look like a man
That's
to me.
him right there.
There we go.
He's a rapper. He dated Noah Cyrus.
Okay.
He has Z Lover tattooed on his face because he loves napping.
Good choice after good choice, what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
This young
So
man
good.
right here.
Yeah.
Are you guys fans of hot Cheetos?
I never had them. I'm
What?
truthful. Never had them.
Really?
Yeah, I kind of stopped eating junk food because when I moved to LA and got healthy and stuff, whatever. But no, I'm kidding. I never seen it.
But you're
Well,
not
Lucas,
kidding.
But I'm not.
We
I'm
have
not.
some,
You
so
have
you
to.
should try
I've
some.
got-
Okay,
Oh!
Let's
Yes.
get some.
I'm not lying. I've never had a hot Cheeto
Thank
before. I had a
you.
Cheeto.
Thank you,
not a
Kate.
ham.
Look,
Thank you
I
so
want
much.
you to go to non-gentrified Brooklyn, and I want you to go to a bodega and get you some Flamin' Hot
So
Cheetos.
fresh.
Yeah.
Fresh.
I'm personally like a
smells like-
purist. I like the classic Cheetos.
let's
I don't
see.
think we need any special Cheeto.
So apparently he ate a lot of these and burned a hole in his stomach. Is that what
Yeah.
happened?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Went to the hospital.
Yeah,
But
but
he's
they
fine though.
they called the ambulance, and so he started sharing on his Instagram like, "Oh, I'm in an ambulance, but don't worry, it's just from eating Cheetos." And he basically was like coughing up blood.
Oh, the
Yeah.
kick comes
I
in
want to know
afterwards.
how many he ate.
There you go.
Also, is it real blood or was it just like sometimes when you eat too many of these, like you
could be
spit
the
up
dye.
and it looks red?
Yeah.
It's just a dye. Like
Yeah.
chill. I'm not a doctor, but you're not dying.
Yeah. You'll be all right.
But
Yeah.
apparently, this is like a problem. There have been other documented cases where doctors are like, "Yeah, we see a lot of, specifically young teens coming in with gastritis or inflammation from eating too many Flamin' Hot Cheetos."
How do you eat so many? I'm dying. My mouth's dying.
It's an
I'm
acquired taste,
sweating.
man.
I'm actually sweating now. I hate spicy food. Why did I do this?
I don't know.
Why am
It's
I
not
here?
even
I'll
that
just take it.
spicy. Yeah, we'll just
Yeah, we'll
put
share
it
that.
up. This will be
Yeah.
ours. You don't want this? Okay, well, it'll be for
required
our
taste.
date later in the lift when we're crashing. Yeah.
Going to the hospital.
Yeah,
Um,
I'll be dressed as Beetlejuice.
But these like restaurants are happening. There's a pop-up in LA. There's one coming to New York. Like Busy Phillips thought that it was
Yeah.
great. Selena Gomez loves this
Well, the
stuff.
pop-up in LA is closed now, but they had like these in burritos and like different items, and they're bringing one to New York where they're gonna do the same thing. But I kind of like that crunchy in your food. Like whenever I make a turkey sandwich, I put chips on top of it. I like that crunchy feeling.
Yeah.
So good.
So I'm not above a Cheetos burrito.
I
like the way that
chips.
sounds, actually.
I'm not above it.
Yeah.
I've been eating Flamin' Hot Cheetos for years. It's never burned a hole in my stomach.
That you know.
Thank God that I know of. There could be something happening, but it's an American snack, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember Janet Jackson. She said that she didn't even know what Flamin' Hot Cheetos was, and then there was a picture with her mom eating Flamin' Hot Cheetos. I'm like, well, where was the disconnect there? I don't know.
They weren't letting,
love
she
it.
had too much control. They weren't letting her eat them.
That
Control.
family has some disconnect. Yeah, no, with snacks, I've really eaten a lot of like snacks like that, but really the things that like my guilty pleasure, which you guys are gonna laugh about, is like bread. Like I once
I love bread.
And I love bread. I'm in LA, so one time I was working through lunch, and my boss, and we ordered all this food for all these executives coming in, and like they got all this bread from La Scala or whatever, so all I ate was their bread, 'cause I love bread. I ate so much bread, I got a headache, what I like to call a bread ache, and I couldn't stand up for the rest of the day, because there was so much, it was a sad one in my life, because bread has never betrayed me, but I ate that much bread. It was like a carbohydrate, sugar overload, and I was just like had a really bad headache. You can ask my former coworkers.
How much bread did
bread
you
is
eat?
like
It
so
was
much.
several loaves
Like-
of bread.
You ate several loaves?
Yeah, it was bread
Did you
on
put
bread.
butter on it?
I put some butter on it too.
yeah.
I didn't eat lunch. I was like working through it. I'm like, this is good. I'm just eating bread, whatever. Oh, it was a bad day. But that's my equivalent to
Yeah.
hole in the stomach, I think.
You should see somebody about that.
Yeah,
I have
you
a bread
should.
problem. It's fine. I
would.
know. I like carbs.
I really like raspberry sorbet.
Oh.
Is that a weird?
That's classy.
Is
Very,
that
like, that's cute.
what? You're like, I love water. You know, I can never get enough water.
Right.
It's
It's
so
so
hydrated.
crisp.
That's cute.
I mean, raspberry sorbet is not healthy. It's super sugary.
Sounds healthy.
it does.
Definitely
Yeah.
good.
I'm just lactose intolerant, so I can't have ice cream. So I'll go in on a thing of sorbet.
Sorbet.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Like
I'm
not
French
good.
fries.
Ooh.
Yeah, curly, waffle.
Sweet
crinkly,
potato.
Cheese.
Sweet potato, yeah.
Steak.
Cheese on it.
Sometimes.
Once in a while.
Like if I'm feeling extra. Like
Yeah.
if I do this.
You want to treat yourself.
If I treat yourself.
Exactly.
And Perkins, yeah. Yeah, but I'm a fried guy. Like I gave up eating meat. I'm a vegetarian.
Oh my God.
So like my guilty pleasure is French fries, and I can't stop. I'm
Yeah.
like a fry head, like as an equivalent to a crackhead.
Yeah.
I'm a fry head.
I wish you just had fries poking out of your pockets. And you're like,
So you know it's
sneaking
real, not just
up. Yeah, I'm like, you know, if you're gonna say you're an addict, like I
Yeah.
want to see it.
Okay.
I
Next
love
song.
Cheetos. I really think Cheetos are one of my favorite snacks.
Yeah.
Chester Cheeto, one of the sexiest spokespersons ever.
Totally.
Spokespeople.
Was he sexy?
Folks,
Persons?
leopards?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was definitely.
What
yeah.
is he? He's a sexy
cheetah.
cat man. Yeah.
Oh, he's a cheetah.
Yeah, the cheetah from Cheetah.
Yeah, you're-
No one else. Everybody got that, right?
Oh, I thought
Everybody?
his name was just Chester Cheetah because he was being sneaky with us. Is he not like
Cheetos, cheetah.
Cheetah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a cheetah.
You know who might know what he is?
What?
Our guest today.
Oh, okay.
Michelle Visage is an international television personality, radio show host, platinum-selling recording artist, and author. But she's best known as the fierce judge on the Emmy Award-winning reality competition, RuPaul's Drag Race. Today, she's joining us to talk about RuPaul's Drag Con, the largest 3-day convention celebrating art, pop culture, and all things drag. Please put your hands together for Michelle Visage.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome.
Hi, Lucas. Thank you so much for coming.
Nice
Oh,
to meet you.
yeah. Hi.
Hey.
How are you?
Hi, nice to meet you. I'll go this way.
Yeah.
Hey. I just had to wear
Welcome.
these to get on here because then I wouldn't fall.
Oh, no,
Hi,
they're
guys.
so
Yeah.
cool.
Thank you, they
I
help me
always,
see.
always love your glasses.
Thank you. I
Like,
have
really.
an addiction. You guys were just talking about addiction.
Yes.
And that's my addiction.
Yes,
That's a good
you
one to
really
have.
do. Like every
Yeah.
time I see you, it's like a new pair.
Yeah.
Like, would you ever do your own, like?
Working on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, my own line.
You should.
But I don't want to do just garbage throwaway.
Yeah.
So it's gonna, I really appreciate the artwork and the time and the energy that goes into thought process for frames. It's not just one size fits all. You have to think about face shape and drama and all that stuff. And the more dramatic, the more me. So it'll be very much that.
Speaking of drama,
Yes.
DragCon is
Yes.
just around the corner.
Yeah.
Excited.
We're very excited about that. For those who aren't familiar, what is DragCon?
Well, you heard of Comic-Con, you've heard of, you know, all these cons, there's a million, and DragCon is just DragCon. So it's where the elite in the drag world converge and all of the fans that love us, the freaks, the misfits, the weirdos, the kids who never felt a place in society. This is the place where we can kind of all come together and it's one big happy family and it's all love under one
I
roof.
love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you get to see your favorite drag queens and your favorite queer performers and everybody that celebrates what we celebrate.
I love that.
Yeah, me too.
So I heard that there's a kids section that's gonna actually be at DragCon.
Yes, we started that last year.
Okay.
We started it actually in Los Angeles. And there is a kids zone because, well, there's families with kids, but there's also kids that are, you know, non-gender identifying children or gender
love that.
fluid. It's younger and younger, little baby drag queens, trans children. This is really a place for one love, and that's what it's all about. And we can't leave out the kids because, you know, they gotta have something to do because after a while of walking around with mom and mom, dad and dad, mom and dad, they're tired. So there's things for them to do there.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Making it a family event, I think, is so important in the conversation. It's just like you see families out together all the time. It's like, why couldn't they go enjoy a DragCon and all have something to do?
Well, and drag has evolved so much from what we knew it as. I grew up here on these mean streets in New York City and hung out at the Christopher Street Piers, and that's how I kind of got involved in the gay community at the age of 17. They're the ones who took me in when I didn't fit anywhere else. So it's grown into, I don't want to use the word mainstream because it's not ever going to be mainstream because you do have middle of the country who don't really know or understand or care what gay is, let alone, you know, gender fluidity or anything else that doesn't fit their construct. So as a mother of a queer child and a heteronormative child, for me, it's important to spread the word that people are people no matter who or what they love or wear or identify as, and we're all humans.
Yeah.
I love that.
And what's another special part about this particular DragCon is that your partnership with Swing Left. And there's a political element in getting people ready for the midterms. And,
Yeah.
Which I think is so important.
Super important.
You're not only preaching, inclusivity and acceptance, but let's, take action with that. Let's bring it to the polls. So I think it's absolutely fantastic.
Ru and I often get some flack. Listen, I'm a mother of an 18-year-old. I'm a mother of a 16-year-old, and there's a little stigma that goes along with being a youngin' these days, right. And. We get flack for it, but we do it in love, but we do it also to motivate. Your young voices, those 18 and older that can vote, really, really matter, and I'm looking right down the barrel because we need you to get out there and do your part. You're 18, you can vote. We need you now more than ever to use that voice. Mm-hmm. Honestly, honestly, so, yeah.
Yeah, and there's going to be so many different panels there. Could you tell us what we can expect to see?
Oh my goodness, there's panels on everything you can imagine, from applying makeup to voting to everything. I'm doing one with my fellow judges, Carson Kressley, Ross Matthews, and Todrick Hall, and it's called Judgy Judy's. And I moderate, of course, and we talk about just what it's like being on this side of the RuPaul's Drag Race panel and versus that side.
Yeah, how hard is that being a judge in the show? Because I'm a fan of the show. It's incredible, and I'm an amateur lip syncer, and I always think, and I think I'm great at it. But it must be hard. What do you look for when you're especially at the last moments lip sync for your life? What are you looking for particularly?
Listen, I'm very different to Ross, Carson, and Todrick in the fact that I grew up in this community here. Mm-hmm. I was raised off the cotton teats of drag queens. So for me, I know everything. That's why I'm at that desk. It's not because RuPaul loves me, which he does, but it's not about that. It's about my knowledge and my experience. Mm-hmm. And I look for, that's why I'm the one who is going to hone in, and maybe other people wouldn't see it or the other judges wouldn't go for that. I'm going to go for that because not only will it make you better, it's also going to extend your brand. Mm-hmm. It's not doing anything for me. I'm not up there to just be the mean mother, although I am. I'm up there to help these kids extend their 15 minutes. I want their next, not just year, but their next 10 years to work for them, to make money, to get on TV shows, to do other stuff. So I want their lip sync and their performance to be the best that it could be. And that's what Drag Race is all about. Am I tough? Yes. Do I do it out of love? 100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What's one of your most memorable moments from the show?
There's a lot, but honestly, I was meant to be there season 1, but I was doing morning radio in Florida, and I had a boss who was homophobic, and I didn't know that at the time until I asked for 2 weeks off to do Drag Race, and he said, I don't think that's the right look for our station, and I went, the what? The right look? What does that mean? And as time evolved, it kind of unfolded what the look was. So when I got there, day 1 of season 3, finally, and I took my seat, RuPaul looked at me and said, now the show can begin. Right. So that's always going to be a memory of season 3, AKA the real season 1.
Right. But that's true. That's when they credit when the show really took off and kind of became what
go on.
it is today. When you joined.
Stop it some more.
I'm just always interested because a person of the drag queen community, like you've always had to continuously inform people, right? And
still do.
Yeah, still do. So I always want to know what that process is, like elevating yourself as far as the brand and, just becoming more accepted, but still having to have those conversations.
Listen, growing up here in New York, the drag community was the most marginalized. Trans women, when I grew up, or trans men, were not even called trans. There wasn't that word. That word didn't exist in 1980-something. So they were just queens, or they were just gay. It was very interesting to learn about it and learn about the movement. So when you educate people, I think the best way to do it, there's a lot of hate always attacked at the LGBTQIA+ community, let alone the drag community. The hate will always be there, and it's our job to try to educate and do it through education, not through hate back. It's very easy to get sucked into trolls and be like, and go off on them. And sometimes I have to shut them down with a word or two. Yep. But really, it's much easier and better to pay it forward and say, you know what, I hear that you're not understanding, you're trying to do this the wrong way. How about you think about it this way? And 9 times out of 10, they'll come around, and the one person that doesn't, you don't want them anyway.
Right. Yep.
So, bye.
I love that.
You've had an incredible career. This includes top 10 hits, tours, millions of albums sold. Did you always find your career was linked to the gay community?
100%. So when I started in seduction in 1989, I came from the voguing scene, I came from the ballroom scene, I came from the Christopher Street Piers. So I was literally raised in a house, you know, and I was raised with these kids. So I only knew that.
Right.
So for me, that's all I will ever be super serving. Will I move on and do other stuff? I have, I'm a judge in Ireland's Got Talent and things are moving mainstream-wise, but I will never, and I'm saying it here because I'll say it forever, I will never ever leave my core people, which is the queer community. They've always been there for me, and I will always be there for them, as their mother, as their aunt, as their friend.
You mentioned the ball culture, and I know that you used to Vogue, which is one of my favorite things to try. I like try so hard.
Good girl.
So what do you think about Pose? And we are seeing a little more of that culture come to the limelight and get the respect it deserves in our culture. I know it still has a lot of, you know, there's a long way to still go, but do you feel like these are moments that we should be aware of?
Super important moments. For me, who has lived it, watching that is watching my life unfold. And me being a heteronormative cisgender woman, we weren't really seen in that community. We weren't not seen, but it wasn't about us. It was not our celebration. I was basically, you know, bum rushing their celebration, but I was loved and welcomed. So I had a family there, but Pose is a really important TV show, just like RuPaul's Drag Race, but Pose is telling an even smaller section, but just as important, because these are kids, you know, out of 25 kids in our house, 24 of them were either homeless or lived with friends or slept on couches, slept at mine, lived with their grandparents because they were thrown out of their homes for who they are.
Well, speaking of voguing, I think I would be disrespectful to my queen if I don't mention this. You are a self-professed Madonna-aholic.
Obviously.
Obviously, you won a Madonna look-like competition when you were a teenager. And I'm a huge Madonna fan as well.
Yeah, you're really young.
Yes, I know.
Understatement of the century.
On her birthday, I got 10 minutes to profess my love to her. So they've been very kind to me. Yeah, and I'm only 24, and it's always surprising people when I say that.
It's very surprising.
Yes.
My children know who she is too, trust.
Right, yeah. My mom, my uncle made very sure that I knew who she was. That's why I fell in love with her. Yeah. Well, my question is, couple things. What do you think her influence is on drag culture, but also what do you think the youths, people my age, don't understand about her that they should?
Oh, it's a great question.
Yeah.
Yes. Also, RuPaul's Drag Con this weekend at the Javits Center.
Yeah.
So,
don't worry, we'll come back.
Madonna, first of all, which part do you want me to answer first? What she did for culture?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. In general, Madonna was the one who had the balls to get out there and speak and do for the gay community back then, and employing dancers and showing their lifestyle in Truth or Dare, the greatest documentary ever done. Obviously, this is my opinion. And she made it less weird or less taboo and said it's okay, these are, you know, people are people. And she catered to the gay community, and that's what she did and still loves. Obviously, people change and life goes on and her direction changed, but she'll always love the gay community. But what's really important about Madonna that the younger generation doesn't know, you might not like her music, that's fine, you don't have to. But to know what she did for women, for female pop stars, you guys need to know. I love pop music in general. I come from pop music, but she opened the gates for the likes of the Lady Gagas and the Katy Perrys, and the list goes on. You know, even Beyonce will credit her. It goes on and on because she had the balls to do what nobody else could do and nobody else wanted to do. When everybody else was, there were, you know, the Catholic Church was protesting outside of her shows. She didn't care. She was the one who had a black Jesus. She was the one who was burning crosses.
She did.
It was Madonna. You know, she paved the way. She is the ultimate, you know, there's Diana Ross and there's other ones. I'm talking strictly pop music. She really opened the gates, and now, you know, because of her, the kids are off and running.
Definitely.
I love it.
Back to DragCon.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, we just love you.
I can talk Madonna.
Yeah, I was like, we just love you so much.
I
We
see
just
that
want,
one
it was so
question.
many things we want to talk to you
I
about.
love you too.
But I first became aware of DragCon last year when I saw some lovely queens getting out of their car, like walking in. I was like, where are they going? I want to go. So the only thing that intimidates me is like, I want to come correct if I go. I want to dress. So like, what do you suggest people who want to come and really like you just go all the way in when you go as a...
The beauty of DragCon is you can come as you are. You will never, ever be judged. I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to judge you. Nobody's going to judge you because we are all, like I said in the beginning, this is under the roof of love. This is the house of love that Mama Ru built. And that is no joke. Is he my best friend? Yes, but I also preach what he stands for. And it's the truth. He's only ever been that for the 20 plus years that I've known him. I've watched him come up in the name of love. Honestly, he did it himself. Right. You come as you are. You want to wear sweatpants, girl, you wear sweatpants. Okay. You want to come in full geesh, you come in full geesh. It's up to you. Nobody's, you know, it's all about everything. Halfway through the day, I take my shoes off and wear slippers. It's true. It's true because they start to hurt. So you come as you are and you be who you are. Okay. And some of the queens don't even come in drag. It's exhausting and difficult to down there. It's a long day.
If I come, though, I am gonna do it up.
Girl, do it. Yeah. That's the moment to feel your oats, you know, so to speak. That's to walk in and be like, hey, this whole thing, you know, you could do all that. It's really fun.
You've known Ru and clearly are best friends with him and worked with him for a long time. You've won a Webby Award with him. You just won an Emmy Award with him. Congrats. Which was, and then the Emmy Awards were okay this year, but that was the moment I think everyone agreed upon.
You guys, I don't get the shade on the Emmy Awards. I was there.
Was it fun?
It was just so much more interesting to me this year because you had the people come out and say something little, and then the presentation.
Right.
You like that?
I liked the reorder.
Yeah, I didn't mind that part. I didn't mind it. No.
So what did you mind?
I'm not gonna say anything. I want to get a job later.
You're off to a great start.
Yeah. But you guys won the Emmy. But did you ever think when you guys were friends back in the day, like, oh, you would have the drag con, you have the show, you have the podcast, you have all these things. Was this in your guys' head, like planting the seed, or just more just like we're having fun and we're working, we're gonna see where this goes?
It's a little kind of combination because we started out professionally. Now, I've known Ru since I was 17. Right. We worked in the nightclubs together. We started working together by accident in 1996 on a radio station here called WKTU. And we did mornings there for a few years, and we were put together for Fashion Week. They had been auditioning me. They brought Ru in because Supermodel was out, you know, a couple years before, and they put us together. And it was like, when he saw me and I saw him, it was like, of course! It's this moment. And we did radio together that was so successful that he brought me in to be a sidekick on his VH1 talk show back in '96. Yeah. So that was the beginning of the relationship. And we would sit and we would manifest. And y'all might not believe in quantum physics or The Secret, but honestly, you put that message out to the universe. You take your order. I'm gonna have a vegan burger with a side of a television show. Put that out into the universe and dreams do come true. So we were doing the podcast last week and Ru looked at me with tears in his eyes and said, we're manifesting our dreams. Like, it's happening. We just did a pilot for our talk show, for the RuPaul show, and it's pretty amazing. So we didn't sit down and say, this is what we're gonna do. But through it all, we've enjoyed every moment, never taken anything for granted, because all of it could be gone tomorrow, especially with this insane person running our country. So the fact that we can look at each other and appreciate what everybody loves about RuPaul's Drag Race, the love that people give back to us, it doesn't go unloved by me.
Yeah. I love that you're following your dreams and touching so many people at the same time. And so it was such an honor for us to get to chat with you today, guys. Give it up for Rashida.
Thank you so much.
And be sure to check out RuPaul's Drag Con this weekend at the Javits Center from September 28th to the 30th. And to learn more, you can visit www.rupaulsdragcon.com. Jameer, thank you so much for joining us as well today. And we'll see the rest of you guys tomorrow, same time, same table.